long time no see, right? Haven't done a vlog in a while now, but I think it's a perfect occasion to do it now because I'm at the 3-week mark! Yeah! That's right, I'm at my 3-week mark. Ah! Oh my god, it's so darn exciting. I only have 3 more weeks until check-in. I just finished with my classes. I'm starting my exams next week. As you can see, I was just working on my last project for theater, which was for Avenue Q. Hence the Q right here. Anyway, so I've decided that I'm going to do a bit of a tradition for these last 3 weeks before check-in. I've decided that each week I'm going to do a top 7 list of things to do with Disney. 1 for each week, you know, 1 for each of the 3 weeks before check-in. And since I just finished, you know, doing a musical, I think it's pretty obvious where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with the top 7 best musical soundtracks from each Disney film. Disclaimer here, this might slightly satirize the nostalgia critic. What can I say? I love him to death. Anyway, let's get started. Number 7. Fantasia and Fantasia 2000. Okay, this might be cheating, but these films do have wonderful soundtracks. Of course, all of this music comes from classical composers and weren't written for the film itself, but they are still used in the film's soundtracks, and were conducted by Leopold Stokowski and James Levine, respectively. That's just cool. Plus, didn't almost everyone who watched the first Fantasia fall in love with classical music by the end? I know I did. Fantasia 2000, although the host of a lot of celebrity cameos, still has gorgeous pieces accompanied by gorgeous music, and as Fantasia 2000 was meant to be part of the concert feature series that Fantasia was supposed to start, I count them as 1 in my number 7 spot. Number 6. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Let me start off by saying that I adore Stephen Schwartz. For those of you that don't know, Stephen Schwartz has wrote the lyrics for this, as well as DreamWorks' The Prince of Egypt and the Broadway musical Wicked. So him teaming up with Alan Menken, by far one of my favorite composers of all time, is sure to make me happy. This movie somehow puts Latin and the sounds of church music together with the emotional, charming tone of Menken's music, and gave us a great soundtrack to a really beautiful and rather dark Disney movie. Plus, it gave us perhaps the best villain song of all time in the form of Hellfire, which helps cement Judge Claude Frollo as one of the most evil villains in Disney history. The film was adapted into Der Glockner von Notre Dame, one of the longest-running musicals in Germany. Alan Menken has said that the musical will come back to the United States, but no word as of when yet. Cross your fingers, guys. I know I'd be looking forward to it. Number 5. Aladdin. This being the last of the 3 red-hot Disney blockbusters that featured music by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, Aladdin was a movie where everything was witty, adventurous, and romantic, including the music. Although Howard Ashman passed away during the creation of Aladdin, Tim Rice put his all into his own lyrics and helped Alan Menken finish a perfectly spectacular soundtrack. The music was so good that the title song Arabian Nights ended up later accompanying the popular Aladdin TV series. It also sparked the creation of Aladdin the Musical Spectacular, California Adventure, and the Aladdin Broadway musical, which is scheduled to premiere in July 2011. Number 4. The Little Mermaid. Often labeled as the film that started the Disney Renaissance, this was the first red-hot Disney blockbuster that featured Alan Menken and Howard Ashman's music, and everyone fell in love with Disney again when this film came out, half because of the wonderful Oscar-winning music that stayed in our heads for days, months, and years afterwards. This film has gone on to be adapted as a Broadway musical and as a show at Walt Disney World called Voyage of the Little Mermaid, and it, like Aladdin, had its music featured in the opening of its popular spin-off TV series.
Look here down in the muck here under the sea.
Number 3. Beauty and the Beast. If The Little Mermaid made people fall in love with Disney again, Beauty and the Beast made them fall to one knee and propose wildly. As far as I'm concerned, this music is the best that ever came out of Alan Menken and Howard Ashman. And I think the world agrees. Not only did the score win them another Oscar and several Grammys, but when it became the first Disney musical to go on Broadway, it won a Tony Award and paved the way for more Disney musicals in the future. Number 2. Mary Poppins. I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me for putting this over Beauty and the Beast, but think about it. How many of us hung Spoonful of Sugar as we did our chores? How many of us tried and failed miserably at copying that awesome step-in-time dance routine? How many of us used to sing Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious whenever we bloody well felt like it? Well, I did. The songs are by far the best that ever came out of the Sherman Brothers, and I don't think anyone would argue with me. Not only was their song Feed the Birds Walt Disney's favorite song, their music won them 2 Oscars and won the film a number 6 spot on AFI's musicals list. The songs cut from this film also were good enough to find their way into future Disney projects, such as The Jungle Book and Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I saw the Broadway musical rather recently, and when I was there, I noticed how much of the crowd were adults rather than just children and families. It's one of those musicals that transfers seamlessly through the years and has appeals for every age group. If my grandparents can love the music of this show as much as I do, I think it certainly deserves an honorable mention. The number 1 best musical soundtrack ever in a Disney film is The Lion King. I think everyone can understand why I put this at the top. Beauty and the Beast was the first Disney film to go to Broadway, but The Lion King was a phenomenon, both on the screen and in the theater. There was so much music done by the amazing team of Elton John, Tim Rice, Hans Zimmer, and Le Bohème that Disney made a whole extra soundtrack called Rhythm of the Pride Lands, and later a full Broadway musical. One of the songs from the musical and Rhythm of the Pride Lands, He Lives in You, ended up being one of the only great songs in a Disney sequel when it was featured in The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Winning 2 Oscars, 2 Golden Globes, and a Grammy, and landing 3 of its songs on AFI's 100 Years, 100 Songs list, it was one of the best surprises to ever come out of the Walt Disney Company, which had originally labeled the project as a B-picture to Pocahontas. The Lion King musical also won 5 Tonys, making it the most critically acclaimed Disney musical of all time. If that doesn't make this the best soundtrack of any Disney film, I don't know what does. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. And that's my list. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any disagreements with me, go ahead. Certainly I am not the only person who has an opinion that matters, but I just did this for my own enjoyment and because I love ripping off the nostalgia critic, and what can I say? It's definitely fun for me as I'm counting down these last few weeks before I'm going to Orlando. So yes, I've heard some people are already going very, very soon, and I'm so happy that you guys are going. I mean, believe me, I'd love to come sooner, but I do have exams next week, so yeah, I can't really do that. So anyway, enjoy yourselves over in Orlando, those of you that are going early. And I'll see you on June 6th. Janai, everyone! Have a magical day!